Another RPG horror story is from Fair Ed 5016. A character concept so edgy it was entertaining.
This happened a few years ago. I was a GM looking for players online. Big mistake, I know. Kind of don't always know what you're going to get online, but you can find great players out there. And if you just tell the problematic ones that they need to conform to the group or they need to leave and find another table, you can get a good group.
Yeah, I guess so. You can filter those.
So the campaign was a simple module, and I got a lot of applicants. One of them seemed nice, and he gave me a character idea that was an unremarkable paladin, just a basic paladin. I decided to invite him to the game, but wait, he says, I'm actually applying with a friend, so I asked to talk to the friend first. I'm not just going to accept somebody into the game without talking to them. That makes sense.
Of course.
The
Friends
other
are different.
person, what's that?
Friends are different.
Yeah, for sure. They're not going to be the same person. They may not even be very much alike.
And a good person in real life can be a really terrible player. Happens all the time.
So the other person wants to play a warlock. When he was asked what the subclass was, he sends me a Google Doc of his homebrew idea. No, I'm out.
Oh my god.
You're not homebrewing your subclass. I'm not refereeing something you made up.
This is terrible.
That's not a good look.
A Google Doc with his homebrew ideas.
I don't even use my own homebrew ideas outside of my homebrew campaign.
DM can use a homebrew idea.
Yeah.
Not a player. This is ridiculous.
Yeah. I'll be honest, as a DM, I don't even use a lot of third-party content because it's insane. It's like some of these third-party companies try to create these subclasses that just defeat the whole game. The idea is not to make a character so OP that he can fight a dragon at level 1.
This is killing the game at its core.
I've seen some subclasses. I've seen some good ones from third-party creators too, but I've seen some really bad ones. And if I don't know the content and I haven't reviewed it in depth, I'm not letting people use those in-game.
Like Critical Roles.
Critical Role does a good job of balancing. There are some others, and I'm not going to name them because I'm not looking to bash anybody, but there are some that they give them subclass abilities that just invalidate every rule in the game. Like we can turn every bonus action every action into a bonus action. So now you get extra attacks every round. You're immune from this. You're immune from that. Reactions don't work against you. It's like you just have a character that just can't be touched. So you win the game, re-roll a new character.
Character who can't be touched.
Yeah, not to mention that the other players in the campaign have normal characters that can be touched. So in order for me to throw something at the group that can actually hurt you, it's probably going to wipe the rest of them.
This is power gaming at its core. It is not even power gaming. It is cheating at this point.
Yeah. All right. So the other person wants to play the Warlock. He sends his own homebrew idea. It was completely ridiculous and overpowered. Highlights. The subclass was called My Eyes Only See in the Darkness in People's Hearts, or something along those lines. That's what he called it. All of the names were flowery, overlong stuff and written like a goth teenager's journal.
Oh my god.
I'm probably getting a lot of the wording details wrong. I did not think to get screenshots at the time. The subclass focuses on the Warlock having demonic eyes, with a lot of descriptions on how they can change colors and patterns whenever certain powers are used. Apparently, they glow red when the caster is angry or cry tears of blood when he's sad. Ew. That's not me saying ew. That's the writer saying ew.
Me too.
So what are you thinking of this so far? Are you allowing this homebrew class in your game?
Well, I don't understand what does my eyes only see in the darkness in people's hearts. What does it mean?
That's what he's calling the subclass. That's just the name of the subclass.
It's the name. It doesn't make a lot of sense, and it is a sentence.
Yeah. I'm hoping he's going to go into some details about what the subclass can do because I'm very curious about this now. So right from the jump start, or jump street, or whatever you want to call it, the subclass can copy any spells the caster sees.
Oh.
So if you're a wizard and you cast a spell, it can copy that. If I'm a cleric and I cast a spell, it can copy that. That's already OP. So an unlimited spell list. But they have limited spell slots, very limited warlocks. So I don't understand. Not only that, but if he sees someone cast a spell, he can try to cast the same spell on them first as a reaction.
What is happening? What is happening? What?
He even OP'd Counterspell.
This my eyes only see in the darkness in people's hearts doesn't work.
No.
It wouldn't work in D&D.
No. He takes Counterspell and he turns it to I'm rubber, you're glue. Whatever you cast bounces off me and sticks to you.
How did he come up with this awesome idea in the first place? Can you imagine a person like sitting in the evening and trying, this guy can copy all the spells he sees. He can counter spells them as a reaction, as a free reaction.
Well, you do only get one reaction in a round, but you're able to copy a spell not from your class as a reaction. And by the way, that spell doesn't even exist.
You don't counter spell. You actually spell it. You spell it before the guy is doing his thing.
Counter spell bounce back. I don't know. This is ridiculous. I'm already saying no. This is dumb. We don't even need to play the game if I can't do anything to you. There was a power called Black Flames of Anguish or something like that, where the caster, the warlock, can burn somebody with an inextinguishable fire, doing a bunch of fire damage every turn, and nothing can stop it except the warlock. So now he can light you on fire that can't ever be put out until you're dead, or he decides to stop it.
Dude, get some help.
The description mentioned the fires burned as dark as my tortured soul, something Anthrax lyrics. Another power allowed him to pull a target and himself into a pocket dimension with a time dilation active, so he could torture somebody for 3 days of subjective time while only one turn passed in initiative order.
Oh my god, what the hell? He's creative.
There was also a bit about the victims being punished for their many sins against him, the warlock. I'm pretty sure he stole the idea from Ghost Rider. I was thinking Ghost Rider at the beginning of this.
With the Nicolas Cage? Or what?
The demon that possesses the Ghost Rider is the spirit of vengeance. So when you do bad things, he burns you for it. So he's clearly creating the warlock version of Ghost Rider here, but he's making him way too overpowered. Ghost Rider could still be hit. He couldn't reverb spells back on people. He didn't have any of those abilities. So, of course, there were a bunch of overpowered bonuses to various skills as well. He also included the character backstory. The warlock was from Japan.
Okay.
Maybe it's a real world game. I don't know. Of course, and he has a pet raven that follows him around. His character arc was a revenge plot about finding a guy who killed his family.
Oh, we are going for crow, for raven.
Now he's going for, the crow.
The crow, right.
Now he's the crow and Ghost Rider.
Here we go with this blood.
Yeah.
When the makeup was like that.
Yep, exactly. So my only surprise...
He's combined all of those movies he've watched. Now he is Brandon Lee as well.
My only surprise at this point was that the main weapon his character used was not a katana. I bet that took restraint on his part. Yeah. And so I said to the player, if this isn't a joke, you need to pick a subclass that isn't homebrew. He pitched a fit and asked
if this isn't
I would assume this is a joke. Like, this can't be a real character. So, of course, he pitched a fit and asked, why don't you want me to pick this subclass a couple of times? And eventually said that he and the first guy who applied won't be playing in the campaign. Okay, whatever. I don't care. This is a man in his 20s acting this way. This is still the second worst character idea I've ever been pitched, mostly because it didn't include any sexual or content.
I think that he has another story somewhere over here, and we will dig into that later.
If this is the second worst one, we got to hear the first one, right?
Absolutely right.
Do you see any cool comments? Oh, I didn't even know this. Mizzy Mox says, yeah, this is a carbon copy of Uchiha skills from Naruto. I think Naruto is anime, I think,
Yeah, super long
right?
anime. It is
Yeah.
like
So I'm not
early
surprised they
thousand.
say.
Doesn't say me anything. I've never watched Naruto. I just know what it is. Like
Yeah.
he was in with this
With the
bandana or something.
headband. Yeah. I didn't know it either. This is a surprise to me, but if that's true and they're a carbon copy of this, the original writer of this story says, "Wait, the guy didn't even think of this stuff himself?" LOL. And
I
is
thought that he would spend his time, his evening, coming up with these horrible ideas. He didn't even come up with them
no, he
by
stole
himself.
them.
He just watched anime. He just watched anime, Crow, and a whole bunch of different stuff.
And Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider, right?
He edged up Naruto by adding Crow and Ghost Rider.
He fixed them, making some adjustments.
This guy's not getting anywhere near anything I run with that homebrew.
Anything anybody runs, I guess.
He needs to run his own and make that thing the NPC or the BBEG.
He will have hard times trying to look for a group.
Yeah, but
And
we'll get more horror stories.
Yeah, and his poor friend as well. By the way, if he will drag him with him this way.
I wonder if the friend told him that was a dumb idea. I'm staying in the campaign.
I think that he did not. It
Probably
sounds
not.
like they both quit.
Sounds like it, but I think that DM is probably better off without both of them. He said at the beginning that the other guy had just a boring paladin character.
Unremarkable. Well, yeah.
Unremarkable, yeah.
Okay.
That's two really bad players right in a row.
So about another character, the first worst one. This is from the Fair Ed 5016 about another player who was in the first place. So the first worst one is less entertaining, and I made a serious mistake when running the game. It was a game called Black Crusade, so I was going through my own edgy boy phase. The players are basically cultists who want to destroy the universe in a sci-fi system. Now, the player says to me, I want to play a space pirate. And I think, that's cool! I was imagining an alien pirate he could make as a companion, but no, he elaborates that his character prowls the star lanes looking for women, and then kidnaps them, and 2 pages of a badly written erotica, which he sent to me, and I read the whole thing. Why? To my shame, I didn't boot him then, but forbid him from including any sexual content and allowed him into the game after a rewrite. It's a niche system, so I was very limited in the players available. He listened to me and surprisingly didn't attempt to assault the other players or NPCs, but I suppose because his attitude was singularly focused on assault, it left him with no other personality traits. So he was an awful player, extremely passive. I eventually booted him after catching him for the second time making creative additions to his character sheet. Alright, so he wasn't all that bad.
I still think the second guy's worse. I don't like all the sexual erotica, all that stuff thrown in, especially when it includes violence or stuff like that. Like he's kidnapping, specifically says he's kidnapping people in this one. So I don't agree with that at all. I mean, if you're playing a space pirate game, I don't think that's the worst character.
John,
this is a worse player.
He has 2 pages of badly written erotica.
Yeah, nobody wants to read that.
Even if it is good written.
Yeah,
I would skip.
Yeah, I don't
the
want to
player
read that
as well.
Yeah.
No, I'm not reading your fantasies. No.